Hello everyone and welcome to the Student Spotlight, your go-to podcast for meaningful conversation and deep insights on life of students studying abroad. I'm Parin Shah and I'm excited to embark on this journey with you. We'll delve into the conversations that's sure to leave you thinking. So we have Krishna today from Chennai, who migrated to Dubai after completing his initial years of his schooling from CBSE to later complete A-levels from Dubai. He's currently pursuing his undergraduate degree in Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence from Loughborough University. He's also the new chair to the Indian Society there. So let's hear about his diverse experience from him.
I was born in Chennai and I moved to Dubai when I was very young, probably a year. And I studied in a CBSE school up to the 8th grade, after which I had to relocate back to Chennai because of my dad's job. And in Chennai, I studied GCSEs. That's when I started with my British curriculum journey, and then I moved back to Dubai for my A-levels. And now I'm in Loughborough University and I study computer science and artificial intelligence.
Okay, nice. So why did you choose to switch from CBSE to GCSEs? Any specific reason?
I knew from about the 8th grade that I wanted to pursue computer science outside of India and outside as in the UK or the States. So that's what led me to switch to a international curriculum because just because I wanted to familiarize with myself with the style of teaching and everything else before I came here anyway, because it's just going to help me out. So that's why I switched from CBSE to British curriculum.
Okay, great. How were your scores like in your GCSEs and A-levels?
So GCSEs, I got 7 A stars and 2 A's. And in my A-levels, I got 2 A stars and 2 A's. So yeah, overall I think did fine. Could have done a bit better, but yeah, happy with my scores.
Okay, nice. So which all universities did you apply for while you were, in your application stage? Did you apply through UCAS?
Yes, so I applied through UCAS and I applied to, you're allowed to apply to 5 unis, so I applied to Loughborough, Queen Mary, King's College, Manchester and Leeds.
Okay, and which universities did you get accepted?
I got into King's, Queen Mary London and Loughborough.
Okay.
Yeah, I chose Loughborough because I play a lot of sports and also I wanted campus life, which I feel I wouldn't have gotten in London universities. So that's one of my major reasons for choosing Loughborough University. And the sports facilities here, I think being the best in the world for sports, just goes without saying that I had to pick here for sports, just because I play a lot of sports, badminton, cricket, football. So this was that's why I chose Loughborough to come study.
So when you say sports, I'm quite aware that it's quite popular for sports and it's one of the best. But what kind of support you get, or is it you get coaching as well here?
Yeah, so you can. So if you're part of the university teams, you get training and training facilities are always open here, and you've got very good facilities as well. So, and there's a variety of sports that you can choose from to pursue. So yeah, and you also have an environment where a lot of people play sports. So it's always a positive environment where you can learn from others who are playing at a more advanced level, who are always like willing to train you and stuff. So it's always a very competitive environment as well, but it's very helpful. Yeah.
How is Loughborough ranked in terms of your particular course? Because you mentioned you chose this above King's and other universities that are generally ranked.
So I think in terms of computer science and AI, we rank about somewhere in the top 10 in the UK.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons I picked Loughborough again.
Okay. So tell me now more about your course. You're in year 1, right?
Yes.
You're just about to complete your second semester, or have you completed?
We finished the second semester.
You finished the second semester. So how is the course? What kind of modules did you learn? How much of the focus was more on AI, or was it computer science just in year 1?
So in my course, initially you start off with computer science, which is general for everyone. So even if you're someone who's just studying only computer science, it's the same. You only specialize towards the end of your second year and more in your third year, where you can choose modules by yourself. I think we have a good variety of people from Asian backgrounds and British, European backgrounds who study computer science. In my class, I have about 120 to 140 students.
Okay.
And initially, I would say people who have done computer science in A-levels have a slight advantage because obviously a lot of the core concepts that you cover in semester 1 are basically a repeat of what you've probably done in your A-levels.
Okay.
A-level computer science. So if you haven't done computer science, it's not that it's a problem because the lecturers are very helpful and they're always ready to like go out of their schedule teaching time to actually help you out. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit more effort if you haven't studied computer science in A-level, just to grab some of the core concepts that you will learn.
Right. You just mentioned that you have around 120 to 140 students in a class. And so how easy or difficult is it to grasp things, because it's a big class for a course like computer science, and how can you get your tutor's attention and time? You mentioned they're very helpful in getting back.
Yeah.
So is it more seminar specific, where you have more seminars, because you might need more one-to-one support as well, right?
Lectures do happen as a whole class in lecture halls, obviously, so 120 people in the same lecture hall. But outside of teaching hours, if you do need one-to-one help, there's a lot of ways you can contact the lecturer. They're always in their office and they give you their contact information like email and everything. So if you ever need one-to-one help, you can always approach them. Just book a meeting with them in advance and they'll always be ready to help you. So we've also got like master's students or like third year computer science students who've obviously already taken all these modules in their first year. They also help us out.
Okay.
So we can also choose to book meetings and appointments with them, and they're willing to help us out as well because they've already covered these modules. So
okay, that's nice. What's your timetable like every week? How is your how do you plan your week? Do you have lectures, majority lectures, or do you have seminars more, or how many hours is it split?
Yeah, it's mostly lectures throughout the week, and lectures start at 9 a.m. and it can go up to 6, a 2-hour break for lunch and an hour's break for dinner. But some days, it depends a lot on the timetable you get allotted. But some days it can be that you have a very packed day from 9 to 6 all the way, 5 lectures in the day is the maximum that I've had. But there are some days where I just have a lab session, which is not a lecture. Obviously it's a workshop that's completely different, happens in the computer lab. And it's just a 1-hour session or a 2-hour session for the day. And so some days are light, some days are heavy. It depends on the timetable you get allotted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. What are your future plans? Are you planning to apply for internships and work placements? Have you already started doing it? Yeah,
so I've already started applying to internships. I just feel it's important to get started ahead. And my plans are to get internships, get a little bit of work experience, and pursue a job within the UK for a bit. And then I want to pursue a master's in America for computer science as a PhD, yes.
All right, nice. Yeah. Did you apply for your undergrad as well in US? Or?
I did apply for undergrad in the US as well.
Okay. Why did you choose UK over US?
Just because it's closer, and I've already had siblings who studied here before, so I think just a little sense of comfort for my parents as well, that I have had siblings and I have family here as well. Okay. So it's always that comfort aspect, yeah.
Right. So that's nice. Yeah. So tell me about your role with the SU, or you mentioned the Indian SOC.
I'm the chair of the Indian Society in Loughborough, and I think we are one of the biggest and most vibrant communities here in the uni. Yeah. Just because of the fact that we have a huge population size, a lot of Indian students who come here to study. Also a large Indian diaspora overall, a lot of Indian ethnicity people. So yeah, overall we have a very happening society, I'd say, and we have a wonderful committee, wonderful team that's just planning events, many nights out, many plans for Diwali and our like traditional festivals, just because it's a home away from home.
Right.
So we're trying to just keep our students involved and occupied. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
So roughly how many Indian students do you all have?
I'd say somewhere across the whole uni, I'd say 1,000 plus.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, but actively participating, 600 to 800
that's a big number
who
still.
actually come for like events and come out to society events and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, nice, good. Now tell me about the accommodation. Where do you live? How much do you pay?
We have about 18, 19 different accommodations within the uni, so different halls. I live in Royce, which is about a 10-minute walk from the engineering building we are in right now. But yeah, so there's a variety of choice of accommodation that you can get in the uni. So you have, if you prefer to be self-catered, cook for yourself on a daily basis, you can choose to go into a self-catered accommodation. But if you're someone who wants more convenience and if you have a very busy schedule, you'd rather go for a catered hall where you're provided meals throughout the day, so breakfast, lunch and dinner for the whole week. I think accommodation wise, there's so much variety that everyone can choose what they want and like have a good look before coming here, because I feel like if you're spending a whole year, you'd want to do that research before you come here.
Correct. So the catered accommodation, so I assume still compared to the number of students, there'll be limited on-campus accommodations.
Mm-hmm.
So is the preference given to more year one students for the catered accommodation?
So first year students are guaranteed, if you're an international first year student, you are basically guaranteed accommodation, but you can choose to live outside as well. But yeah, you do have a priority over returners, because obviously you're a new student coming to the uni, and I think the uni does prioritize that.
Okay.
And yeah, it doesn't matter if you're catered or self-catered. Accommodation in general, you do have a first preference.
So how does the catering works? You have a hall where you can just go in?
Yes, so every hall has their own individual dining hall.
Okay.
And it's a huge hall where you can just go and you'll be served food, and you can choose what you want to eat, obviously. And
okay, right.
There's a bunch of options. There's a salad bar and everything.
Yes, which is quite nice. Not a lot of UK universities have meal plans and catering on board, which actually is quite helpful. How much is the rent you pay, or in general, how much would that come?
For my accommodation,
yes.
I pay around £8.3 thousand pounds, £8,300
for the whole year.
For the whole year, but that's again because I'm catered and I have an ensuite room.
Okay.
But you can also choose to go for shared bathrooms and self-catered, so there's a variety, as I said before. It all depends on the kind of room type and hall you pick.
Okay.
Variety of prices as well, but I think mine's mid-range in the uni. So
how's the food like? You get a good variety there, or you're like?
So for me personally, it's been a bit disappointing because I'm a vegetarian.
Okay.
And vegetarian and Indian, so obviously the food is
bland and British.
Yeah, it's bland British food. I didn't want to put it that way, but
so what options do you get usually?
So you have salmon someday, you have fish, you have a lot of chicken.
No, in vegetarian.
In vegetarian, you have mostly meat substitutes, so like food that's made out of corn. And it's like vegan sausages, vegan chicken, vegan fish fingers.
Yeah.
So a lot of that kind of
tofu
food.
And
tofu, vegetables.
You have baked beans in the morning.
A lot of baked beans. So hash browns.
Right.
It's not that there's not enough variety. It's just that I think
coming
as someone
from an Indian sort of
and being vegetarian, I think because of how much amazing food we've been exposed to, just coming here is a bit of.
Now you're the chair of the Indian society, so you should.
That's something. We need to work on that for the Indians. Yes, just get the food facilities upgraded.
Right, that's nice. Tell me about your journey so far. Say if you were to go back in time and change anything at all, what would that be? Would you want to change your university, your course, or coming to UK? Anything that you think could have been better than what you have right now?
I think I would have a slight preference towards the States, especially for my course, because I think a lot more career prospects. But it's also the sense of comfort that I got from coming to the UK. So I think if I had to change something, I would have had a stronger consideration towards America, towards the States. But still very happy with my choice, and I think it's been great so far. So looking forward to the next year. Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to the Student Spotlight. We hope you found today's discussion valuable. If you liked what you heard, be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. We'll be back soon with some more stories and insights. Until then, continue learning and growing. See you in the next episode.